So I'm going to show you how I mill lumber. I want to show you why you use a planer and a joiner together. If you take a piece of wood that's bowed like that, and you were to just run that through the planer, because the planer's blades are up here, all it would do was follow this curve. It would thin it down, but it would still be curved, and you want it nice and flat and straight. So what you do is you take it and put it on the joiner, and the joiner's blades are down here, and what it'll do is flatten that out. Then you can take that flat edge, put it on the bed of the planer, run it through, and you'll come out with two flat parallel sides. So let's get on with it. So I'm going to put the arch side down, because if you do it the other way, then it rocks like that. So you want to put it down on the joiner. And as you run it across, it'll take off a tiny little bit, and by a couple passes, it'll be nice and flat. Alright, I just finished up with the joiner. So I flattened that face. So now I have a nice flat face. Now that'll go face down through the planer, and the planer will take off this edge, and we'll have two parallel edges. So I just finished planing both sides parallel. These two sides are parallel. So now I can take these two flat sides and put them up against the fence on the joiner. Now I already checked it with this engineer square to make sure it's perfectly 90 degrees to the table. So now I'll feed it through the joiner, take a couple passes, and what that'll do is it'll make this side and this side 90 degrees, which if these two are parallel also, then this one, and this one are all 90 degrees. Then all you got to do is put that through the table saw, and everything is square, straight, ready to rock and roll. One of the last steps to squaring up the stock is you take the board that has this face and this face square to each other. I put X's on it to keep track. And that goes down on the table saw table and up against the fence. And then you can rip it to width. And I usually leave it a little oversized at my final dimension, and then I run it through the planer one last time, and it'll take off the saw marks. So let's move on. So if everything went well, you should go from a piece like this with a rough edge and rough faces. You'll come out with a piece like this. Nice parallel faces, square edges, and that's what you want to get nice tight fitting joints and make your life a whole lot easier and eliminate all the frustration.